Happy Sabbath, everyone. We are reading from our usual book, Strength for the Day, and the title of our lesson today is Coming Out of Isolation. Our key text is taken from Hebrews 10, verse 25. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more, as ye see the day approaching. The last 3 years have been challenging. After COVID 19 came into our lives, everything changed. We had to shut down our face to face ministry and go online. Sabbath school for kids disappeared. The Sabbath services went viral. Sabbath potlucks and fellowship were a thing of the past. The faces of individuals changed. Every smile was covered by a mask. People were often unrecognizable except for their eyes. We greeted each other from 6 feet away with a nod or air fist bump. Gone were the warm hugs and handshakes on Sabbath morning as we greeted friends that we had not seen for a week. Individually, we became isolated from our sisters and brothers. I am single and live alone with my 2 cats. After 3 years of being isolated, it has been difficult for me to get back into the habit of getting up early on Sabbath morning, getting dressed, and driving to church. I had gotten into the habit of going for a brisk Sabbath walk and coming home to watch church on my television. I did not dress up for 3 years. I did not have to drive to church on Sabbath morning or Wednesday night. I became really comfortable watching church in my pajamas, in my bed, with my snacks. I know I'm not alone in this. Perhaps you have also experienced the same thing. It has been challenging for me to change my habits after 3 years. I like a comfortable church, but we are admonitioned by Paul to come together and worship and not neglect gathering together with one another. He urges us to love and encourage each other, especially as we see the day of the Lord approaching. And if you are paying attention to the news, you know the day is approaching quickly. I encourage you today to come out of isolation and to worship with others in the house of the Lord while it is still day. The New Living Translation renders Hebrews 10, verse 25 this way. And let us not neglect our meeting together, as some people do, but encourage one another, especially now that the day of his returning is drawing near. Eva M. Starner. I have indeed been encouraged and strengthened for the day. We have to come out of our isolation. The COVID 19 pandemic has definitely done a number on us, and our new norm is no longer acceptable. It's not enough to say, I'm going to be at home worshiping online. I say this because I was once that person that was okay with worshiping online, and that was fine because you're engaging. You are able to switch from one platform to the next. You can travel the whole world and visit different services from the comfort of your room. But we have to recognize that God did not intend for us to have this kind of worship service. It's okay for persons who are homebound, like the shut ins, who are not able to get out of their homes easily. But if you are able bodied, why are we at home worshiping? Why are we not in his temple praising him? It's something that, as I said, I'm guilty of, and I've recognized my faults. But we have to make a concerted effort to go into God's temple and fellowship with his saints. When you are able to worship with like minded individuals, when those praises go up and fill the atmosphere, I know that the Holy Spirit rains down His glory and power upon His people because He said, where two or three are gathered, He's there with them. So imagine losing out on being in the presence of the Lord. And that is something I don't want to be a part of. I don't want to miss out on any blessings, any favor that God has in store for me. Just just because I'm comfortable at home with my snacks and my quilt, just because I'm feeling a bit lazy one Sabbath morning, I'll just have a sneaky lie in with my laptop and watch church online. I don't want to miss out. So if I need to make that effort, I'm going to make that effort. Because if you think about it, God has definitely done so much for us and more that the least we can do is worship Him the right way. The least we can do is be a part of His congregation, giving Him the praise that He deserves, giving Him the adoration that He deserves. We made the effort for other people, you know. We make effort for other people. If you think about it, we will make that extra effort for other people. Yeah, but we won't do it for God, the one who wakes us up in the morning, who carries us through the week safely. We gotta do better. So I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to you. Let's promise that we'll do better for the Lord because He deserves better. I hope you've been encouraged. I hope that you've been strengthened. And I will see you again tomorrow.